guys, today is just a typical day, but I have a bunch of stuff that I'm doing and I really wanted to show you guys about it just so that you kind of know what I'm up to. I just made some more cleaner. Force of Nature is the one that I absolutely love. I actually have an affiliate link and it is down below. They have a sale going on right now if you order before Valentine's Day, I believe. They have several different bundles and sales on those bundles, so go check it out. It's like magic. So the little beaker looking apparatus that you plug into the wall, you put any kind of water in that. I use my well water. You put water in that, and then that little packet is actually a measured amount of vinegar and salt. So you put that in there and then you turn it on and electrolyzes the water. And what it does is it kind of turns it into pool water, basically. But it's incredible because it kills germs and bacteria the same way that bleach does, but without all of the harmful effects. So I don't have to worry about it bleaching my clothes or on anything else that it might get into, and it's not going to hurt the kids. So I hand this to the kids and I tell them, go clean the bathroom, go clean the whatever. I use it on absolutely everything. I use it on my stovetop, on my microwave, on my counters, on my tables. It's also a fantastic room deodorizer. So we'll walk around if it's really stinky because one of the animals had an accident in the house or we might have burned something. We will actually go spray this around and it smells like a pool. So it's really cool. I love this stuff. If you haven't checked it out, go check out the link down below. You can watch videos on what it does and how it works, and you can get really, really sciencey or just kind of the basic cartoon science to help you understand why this stuff is amazing. We actually have a bunch of the packets, and that's the really cool thing is that the packets are tiny. They're just this big. And I can grab one. I should grab one. So here's the packets. This is what they look like. They come, it's either 4 or 5. I think I might have pulled one off of this one. So that's what they look like. These little packets, and it's vinegar and salt together. It's measured out, and yes, it's plastic. I'm sorry, they haven't gotten away from that yet. Maybe someday they'll have like a little concentrated tab. I don't know. And then you put it in the water, electrolyze it, and you're done. This bottle is best, from what I remember, best if used within 2 weeks of making it. Not a problem for us between cleaning the kitchen and the bathrooms and tables and absolutely anything else that needs to be cleaned. It'll be gone in about 2 weeks. They actually have little travel size bottles too, so you can make yourself up a batch and take it with you. If you're on a plane, on a trip, on the plane, you could clean everything around you. You could even spray some up into your area to kind of help minimize the germs that you are inhaling on that plane. But anyways, I had to clean my kitchen before I could continue with everything else, so figured I'd show you this because it's honestly one of my absolute favorite things. But the next thing that I've been working on since yesterday, actually, I have been re-seasoning my cast iron pans. So beautiful, isn't it? Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So I wanted to show you guys, I'm going to go ahead and do one more coating. I've already done 2. I've done 2 coatings. I'm going to do one more. I'm going to show you guys how to do that so that you can learn how to cook on your cast iron and make it as non-stick as possible without having to use any of the Teflon or ceramic. I had ceramic pans and they were great, but they died after like a year. So I think I'm going to stick with my cast iron pans. So I am going to set you guys up so that I can show you. It's just really noisy here right now. I've got the freeze dryer going. I've got fans going. So the ASMR is going to be a little noisy, but I will get to that so you guys can watch that process. Honestly, the kids are probably going to come in here any minute and try to eat food. So that may be in there too, but you guys will get to see a little bit. For my cast iron pans, to season them, I use avocado oil. I've been using this Better Body Foods avocado oil bottle. I've had this for probably a good year. It's lasted me a really long time. I like this because it has a high smoke point, 500 degrees. Don't bake them at 500 degrees. I prefer 425. 500 is just too high because my oven doesn't keep temperature very well. And then I like to use a scrap of an old t-shirt. So I cut the bottom off of an old t-shirt and I fold it over several times. And I use this. I do not like the waste of paper towels. You can see it's already getting on my fingers. That is all I use this for. This is used with this avocado oil for my pan. So every time we cook with one, I'll wash it out with hot water and it's scrubby, and then I will use this to coat it. If I need to add more to it, I will. I'm gonna grab a pan out. I'm gonna show you what it looks like without even adding anything to it. You can see it's already coming off on my fingers. So here is my adorable little Cracker Barrel. If you can see that, it's my Cracker Barrel one. We have made little pancakes in this. You can see there's plenty of oil left in this rag and it's going all over it. But what you want to do is you want to put a thin layer. So if this is your first time doing it, you're going to wash it. If you bought a brand new cast iron, doesn't matter where you got it from, Cracker Barrel, Lodge, the thrift store, you are going to wash your pan really well, even with soap. Yes, with soap. Normally you would never use soap on a cast iron, but on that first one, I absolutely do use it. So you're going to wash it with soap and you are going to get everything off. You're going to dry it off really well with paper towels, and then you're going to do a very thin layer of oil. Now they used to tell you canola oil. Well, you know, we're not going to do that. So avocado oil is fantastic, my favorite. Absolutely 100% recommend. You can use the animal fats, but their smoking points are a little bit lower. So for this process, I recommend doing the avocado oil, and then in your in-betweens, you can absolutely stick with the animal fats. You're going to put a very thin coat all over the entire pan. Then you're going to place it in your oven rack upside down so that nothing accidentally pools into the bottom here. You're going to do all of it, the handle, the rims, the outside, the bottom, all of it, because it's going to bake this coating on and help give you a non-stick finish. So I'm going to grab another pan and keep going. And that is how this works. You just keep going. And I will keep using what is in the rag until I can tell that it's kind of struggling a little bit. Maybe I'll flip it over a couple of times and I might have to add a little bit more, but I love using this cloth because it keeps it in there. And the oil doesn't go bad. It's been perfectly fine. I've been using it for months and it doesn't waste any of the oil that would end up getting thrown out in a paper towel. So you're gonna keep coating absolutely everything, all of your pans. I can fit 6 of my pans at once. I can't do all 7 of them. So I do 6 pans at once. And you're gonna continue, this one's a little bit heavier, I put it down on the counter. You're gonna continue putting a very thin layer of oil on top of all of your pans until you are all done. And then we're gonna pop them in the oven. So let me finish doing that, and then I will explain to you the oven procedure. For your rice. Okay, while the kids get their dinner, I'll finish up. So this I will just take and hang on the inside of my cupboard door. So it's not really touching anything, but it's just gonna hang there. It's just gonna chill. and it's going to stay there because we use our cast irons every day. So I end up needing to reapply a little bit of oil coating every day after we cook on it. So let me go put this away and then I will show you the oven. Okay, my oven is off right now and I have all my pans in here. So I've got 3 on top, I've got those 2, and now I've got this one. So again, we're gonna put it upside down so that there's nothing that can pool in the bottom because that would make it sticky and tacky. So you're gonna flip it upside down, slide it into place on the rack. Some people like to put something underneath to kind of catch the drips. I could care less. My oven's my oven. So now we're gonna close this up and set the temperature and the timer. Okay, so now we're gonna set the temperature. I'm gonna set it at, we're gonna go with 425, about 425. We're gonna let that come up to temperature. Once it comes up to temperature, then we're going to set the timer for an hour. Now, that avocado oil is good up to 500 degrees, and I've done it at 425 and at 475. I think I actually like the result better at the 425. It's enough to cause the polymerization of the oil, but not too much to make it smoke. It's totally up to you. But do not overheat, because if you do, then you're gonna get that smoke and that's gonna oxidize it and it's not gonna be good. It's gonna cause like a bitter coating and a bitter flavor to be imparted into your pan, which then transfers to your food. So this is gonna go for an hour once it's at temperature. Then I'm gonna turn it off. I'm gonna vent the door, I'm gonna open it up. It's a great way to heat your house in the winter, by the way. Then I'm gonna crack the door open and we're gonna let these cool until you can reach in there and grab everything and not burn anything. And then I will show you the finished product. And don't forget, while you're waiting for your pans to finish, use your force of nature and clean up your mess that you made with your avocado oil. What, the force of nature? Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, we just got home from church not long ago. I turned it off just before we left. They are cool enough to pick up. They are nice and shiny. Get that finish. It's so beautiful. It's not sticky or oily or tacky at all. I'll probably leave them in here overnight just because it's already 9:30. We have a long day ahead of us tomorrow. They look fantastic. So that is how you season cast iron. I tried it a bunch of times before and I failed because I was doing it too hot. And it was really, really smoky. And so it created that char and it just chipped right off. It burnt. It was terrible. So now I've learned it doesn't have to be that hot. Do not put it up to the smoke point of the oil. Do it down lower. 425, 450, 475. You find what works for you and your oven and your location. But that is how you season cast iron. I recommend doing it probably twice a year, every 6 months or so. And when you use your cast iron pan, use wooden utensils and not metal ones. If possible, you can totally use metal ones, but I have heard some people have said if they're too rough with their metal, they can't actually scrape off some of their finish. So they recommend and prefer wood. We usually use silicone on ours or wood. I do use metal sometimes, just saying, but I try to be a little bit gentle. So you can use your cast iron all year round. You can do it on an open fire, on a stove top, on another stove top, in the oven. Lots of options, lots of applications for them. And they don't have the questionable nonstick coating that a lot of the Teflon pans have. Anyways, enough said about the cast iron pans. Go check out the Force of Nature down below. Cuts the grease, does a fantastic job, kills absolutely everything. And then consider pulling out your old cast iron pans and getting them seasoned up and start using those. I hope that you guys will like this video and subscribe if you're new here, and then share this with anyone who might need to know how to season a cast iron pan or to figure out a new way of cleaning so we can have lots of cleaning product on hand to last for a very long time with very little packages, not a whole lot, no artificial dyes, fragrances, nothing like that. It's a very fantastic product. We've been using it for probably a solid 8 or so, possibly even more years. Love it, and don't plan on going back anytime soon. Thanks guys so much for checking in today, and we will see you on the way. It's going the wrong direction. Oh, I'm gonna have to get a new snake. Oh, my poor snake. My poor snake. I need to do my hair. Oh well. I have recorded, I think I'm gonna do 3 videos today, so hopefully I don't get them all mixed up. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I knew I would say that, because I would never get them all mixed up. That's what editing's for. Okay, anyways. But I can grab one. I should grab one. Where is it? I have to grab a new one. Okay. There you are. Come. The next thing that I'm working on is, oh, that doesn't belong there. Put that over there. Teeter, are you loving on your boy? Is that what you're doing? Aww. My bells. So spoiled.
Sorry, am I wasting your time? And a bonus.
Nope, that's okay. You can get your stuff and I will finish recording.
I can get my stuff and you can get your stuff.
Where are you going?
Definitely not there.
Yeah. Buffering. Loading. Incomplete.
Okay, all the bits gotten.
I think my buzz is dying. Do you hear it? It's good right now, but it's kind of starting to do this little the motor is.
I really should have brought back my buzz. I'm still really upset about that I forgot that.
I just never used them.
Yeah.
It's tired. Late.
It's
I
tired.
only
Something's
used
tired.
them when I was making soups or something on the stove that I needed to, blend.
I'm checking it, I promise.
My gosh, girl.
Oh dear.
With your little hot chocolate mustache. Here, let me clean my camera again. Now get out of my kitchen.
I'm not done.